Alright guys, this is one of my last spiels on Tesla. This is another explanation. I talked to a lot of people and nobody thinks that the big OEMs, the big auto, are going anywhere. And this is going to be hopefully a brief description of what's going to happen in the next decade or less, maybe the next 5 to 10 years. People don't realize this, but China is coming. China is coming, and they have a lot of the technology same as Tesla. They're probably the closest ones to Tesla out of anybody. And big auto, American big auto especially, are so far behind. They're 10 years behind. For example, they're quoted to hopefully catch Tesla in 5 years, where Tesla is now. So can you imagine where Tesla's going to be in 5 years? They're going to be another 10 years ahead. China is going to come in just like the Japanese did with the small, efficient, super good cars at a low discounted price. And so what's going to happen, the big auto is going to come in with these Cadillacs and these big expensive SUVs and all that stuff. And they'll sell a few, but one of the problems is their technology is old. They're using old battery technology. They're going to build a factory in 5 years with old battery technology, and they're not even going to be able to keep up with their demand, even if they were to sell a few of these vehicles. Tesla, on the other hand, they have a wider range of vehicles. They're going to start. They have the Roadster, which is going to be the fastest production electric sports car. They already have the X, fastest sedan. It's the fastest car in the world right now. The Model S, which you can get, it'll be the fastest crossover, fastest SUV. And then the Model Y and the Model 3 are going to be the #1 selling cars in the world probably this year or next year, and then just continue to grow. Then they're going to come out with, so you figure that's 200,000 to 250. That's over 100,000. That's like 90,000. Model Y will be probably around 50,000. This will be around 50,000. And then they're going to come into a new market with the Model 2. I don't know what they're going to call it, but it's going to be around 25,000. And then later on, they're going to come in with the vans. Of course, the semi-truck is going to be up here, and then there's more to come. They're not going to stop until they basically saturate the entire market. Well, the thing is, wherever Tesla goes, China will follow. They're coming out with everything almost similar to Tesla. So for every Tesla that comes out, China's going to have an alternative. It might be a little cheaper, might not quite be as good, it might not have the range, it might not have the state-of-the-art technology, but they are getting very close. But the main thing is going to happen, they're going to come up from underneath. This is going to be like the Malachi Crunch. They're going to come up underneath, and they're going to hit all these nice little cheap cars. These nice little cheap EVs, they're going to come from the bottom, and from the top, and from the side. But this is going to be their market to get in. They're going to destroy everything underneath here. Tesla's going to destroy everything from here down. So basically, this big auto has nowhere to go. Everything they came out with is going to be obsolete. It's going to be overpriced, and it's just going to be they're not going to be able to produce them without a loss. They're going to have to discount these vehicles so much, even if they do sell them, it's going to basically put them out of business. They're going to lose money on every single EV they sell. And just like the Bolt, they had to spend $1 billion because a lot of them caught on fire. They had to basically take all those batteries back. So they're already in a hole over $1 billion just on that one vehicle. And also, too, they have too much debt. They're still paying for factories that build ICE vehicles. In the next 3 or 4 years, basically nobody's going to want an ICE vehicle. So everybody's basically stopping to build them, but they still have loans on these huge factories that are building ICE cars. And some of them are abandoned. They're still making payments on them. So probably what's going to happen is they're going to file bankruptcy, and then the government is going to fund them again, put more money into their pockets. Well, the CEOs you know, the VIPs, they're about to retire. So they're going to shove all the money in their pockets. They're not going to reinvest, and it's going to be the same thing over again. They're going to put all the money where it doesn't need to go, and it's going to be like throwing money in a hole. So if the government does that, it's not going to change anything. It's just going to be a waste of taxpayers' money, and it'll never be paid back. All the CEOs and VIPs will get filthy rich, and all the poor employees and the people that really work for a living, they're going to get screwed. They're going to lose their jobs. They're going to lose their 401k. They're going to lose all their savings. They're going to lose their you know, everything they have, just like it's happened in the past. So this is a lot of something that people don't really realize it's going to happen. And I wanted to make this video because, mark my words, within less than 10 years, 5 to 10 years or earlier, this is going to happen. All these big auto companies are going to merge, and they're going to try to come together, but their old technology and the way they do things is going to kill them. And China's going to take over, and Tesla's going to take over, and it's going to crunch them in the middle, and they're just going to fall out. There's going to be some smaller startups here and there, but it's not going to amass to any majority of wealth. So the mass majority of the market will be split between China and Tesla, and everything else will be futile. So anyway, this is Roger with Roger's Reviews, and I'm just expressing what I think is going to happen in the near future. So if I'm not a stock analyst or anything like that, but this to me is common sense. So if you're wise and you just think things through with common sense, you should come up with a similar outcome. If not, I don't know what you're smoking, but just think about it. Think about where Tesla's at. Think of where China's at. Think of how far ahead they are. Think of all the models they're coming out with. Think of how much further ahead, 10 years, they are, and how cheap. We can't compete with the cheap Chinese. Another thing, the Chinese government is going to give all these Chinese factories money to basically build these cars. So even if they lose money, the government will back them and subsidize them. So there's no way that any of our, even if our government backs our OEMs and our big auto dealers, no matter how much you give them, they're going to waste it. They're never going to be able to compete with China or Tesla. So it would be best to throw in the towel, unless you just want to keep putting more and more money into these dying giants. So that's all I have to say. If you like this video, crush the like button and subscribe, and we'll see what happens. Please leave a comment in the bottom of when you guys think this is going to happen, and I think it's going to be sooner than later. God bless, take care, enjoy.